Hi there. I feel that I have to lend my voice to this initiative and pitch in on this push for government to commit to a mental health plan because I'm so passionate about all of the people in Nova Scotia that have experienced a mental illness, and then the countless others that support them and love them and work with them and live next to them, etc., etc. My personal experience very quickly is having a roommate who was suicidal, and they had their plan completely laid down, and they were completely comfortable with it. They were totally at peace with it. They didn't have any issue with it. Obviously, I did. I loved this person, and I knew that this person wasn't talking logically. I took this person to the emergency, which for me was kind of a weird decision because it wasn't immediately apparent to me what you do in this kind of a case, because emergency to me seemed like a place you would go if you were having a heart attack or something. But I was desperate, so I took them to the emergency. They thankfully agreed to come with me. Like I said, they were very rational and logical at the time and very calm. So went to emergency, and when we finally got into triage, they started taking his blood pressure and checking his heartbeat and looking into his eyes and ears. And I'm watching this going, what are you guys doing? This person has a plan and you're taking his blood pressure? So I just found it really bizarre. But I stayed the course, and we did eventually get in to see a psychiatrist who, my roommate, being a highly intelligent person, basically answered all the psychiatrist's questions in a way that would get him to let him go. And so the psychiatrist just sort of looked at us and said, this person's fine. You're free to go. And I actually flipped out and said, no, this person is going to finish themselves off tonight. We can't go. So long story short, they agreed to admit him to the short stay unit. And when we got into the short stay unit, it was I don't even know if I should say this, it wasn't a great place. It wasn't a positive, healing, healthy environment. To me, it seemed like a sick place. And long story short, we turned around, walked back out, and we went out into the street. Nobody noticed, nobody cared. And then we sort of looked at each other and thought, okay, now what do we do? So we went to Pizza Hut. We had a pizza and sort of looked at each other and sort of said, I literally didn't know what to do. And this person, like I said, had their plan. Now, not obviously, this person didn't end up following through with their plan. They did try to commit suicide a number of times and were unsuccessful, and to this day they struggle. But I think it was that little experience with the system that made me say, oh my God, I can't believe how little support. It's almost inhumane. It's almost an atrocity that people who are just as sick as a cancer patient or just as sick as a diabetes patient have literally, in a lot of cases, nowhere to go. That's my story. I hope that our government of the day will listen and will pay attention to this.